All right, Joey, I got it, buddy. Take a look. HE111Z-1. They call it a Z Willing. Can you see it? It says Z Willing. World War II special plane. Check it out. Count the number of engines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 engines. I thought there'd be 6, but there's only 5. Anyway, so there's the front of the box. Here's the back of the box. Check it out. So the top, looking down, they wanted dark green and what's called German black, or German gray, I'm seeing. So it's kind of dark. And then the bottom is blue with the yellow tips. It's interesting. A lot of German planes had yellow on them. At some point or other, they had yellow, especially if it was blue. You could almost positively count on it having yellow if it was any kind of blue. Why do you suppose the top of it is dark green and black and the bottom of it is light blue? Why do you suppose that is? I don't know. All right, so let's take the stuff out. Let's get started here. I'm going to show you what's going on. I'm going to put the box aside. There it goes. Sorry for the shiny. I can't really do nothing about that. Here it is in the bag. I'm going to take it out of the bag now. And these are called sprues. That's a sprue. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sprues. Oh, I'm holding to my hand. And then here's the clear. What do you think? It's got 2 cockpits. We kind of knew that, didn't we? So there's the cockpits. There's the wings. Check it out. Here's propellers. That's a propeller. 2, 3 propellers. 4. Let's see. Did I get them all? Let's see. Got 2 engine halves. Oh, look what they did. Look what the sneakies did. Look. Got a propeller. It's in the middle. All right. So that's all the parts. That's all the parts. And these are on sprues. Like that. Here's the wings. Here's my hand. So you can see in comparison, it's not very big. The whole plane is not very big. Here's the one body. Vertical stabilizers. Horizontal. And there's two of those. Check it out. There's the 2 airplanes. We knew that, right? All right, and so then here, this will be, let's see, yeah, here's the decals. Not a lot going on. Some unit designators, iron crosses. Kind of knew that would be there, right? And then what you do is you cut these out, put them in hot water, and then you lay it on there. I've got special chemical that when I put it on, it makes it really stick to them, and it hides them so that they it doesn't look like they're just stuck on there. It looks like they're painted on. All right, and so the most important part is right here, the directions. And on here talks about what it is in different languages. The middle one here, I think this one on this side, I think that's German. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know what that is, but the middle is English. That'll give you an idea what it's talking about. right? That's German over here to the right. Vision. All right, so there's that. That tells about the airplane. Here's the directions. Tells about the different sprues. Specifications. Its wingspan was 35 feet. Their length was 16 feet. So 16 feet isn't very long. Your car is not that much longer than that. It's not. Wingspan, 29,000 pounds. Again, not. Max speed, 435, is that miles per hour or knots? Kilometers per hour. And it can go 250 kilometers. It could only go to 10,000 feet, so it didn't go very high. Then this tells you what's in each part, and each sprue has a number. Or each part has a number, I'm sorry, and each sprue is different. There's the wings. And then here's where we get started. Step number 1. This part says I got to make that 2 times. This one says I got to make 4 of those. And then here's the cockpit where the guy sits in. This right here, I want you to see this. You see that? That's at the nose of the airplane. And then there's the propeller. Start off with the body. Then a lot of tiny parts. Tiny parts. Here's the landing gear. Then we go to this part here. Here's where you start to assemble the whole airplane. There's the part, look. There's how it joins together. Right in the middle. There's an engine right in the middle. And there's the right-hand side, and there's the left-hand side. And then when you get it together, oh, look, it's got bombs. It's got bombs. So I guess this was a bomber, because it wouldn't be much of a fighter because it's too awkward. So I guess this was a bomber, huh? Let's take a look at this here. Bear with me, don't get sick. Here we go. And then here's overall what happens. Here's how to look overall. Last thing you do is put the propellers and the cockpits on, which is what I do. My fat fingers, I always manage to get glue on the canopies. So I got to be careful. Now here's the thing I wanted to show you, and I don't know if you knew it or not. We talked about who flew in this. You said, well, we knew that we had a pilot. We didn't think anybody was on the other side, but we knew we had a pilot. But let me show you something. You see that part right there? That's a gun. You see that part right there? That's a gun. So it had 2 gunners up in the nose. It had 2 gunners. But I want to show you something else. Look here. So we know we have a gunner there, but look, there's a gunner down there. So this would be the nose gunner, and then this one down here, that's the belly gunner. And then, of course, the pilot sits up here. But look, there's another canopy. And they call this an airship, or they call it just the ship. So there was a canopy right in the middle, and that'd be midship. So you got a belly gunner, you got a canopy and midship, and then you got a nose gunner. Now the pilot would sit back here, so there's somebody else that sit up here. I think. That's what you're going to have to find out. You're going to have to tell me how many people was in this airplane. I thought there was only one. Looks like there's more. So here's what goes on. That's how you build it. Here's all the plans for it. We know what it looks like. Got lots of stuff going on. Now the way I build these is I'll build them in sections. Like you see there, the first one, it says you got to build the engine first, or the cockpits. So I'll put the cockpit together, and I'll do other one. I get sections. Then I have to do what's called as prime it. These plastic parts the paint doesn't stick to them real good. So I got to wash them with soap and water, and then dry them off, and then I prime them. Now the primer has to stay 24 hours. I have to let it dry. So that way when I paint it, the paint doesn't actually make it wet and come off. So I got a few things I got to do to this next. Scrubbing bubbles. I get a pot of warm water and some dish soap, and I scrub all these down, and then I get an air compressor and I dry them all off. And then once I get it dried, then I'll start assembly, and then as I go into sections, then I'll prime them. So that's what's coming up next, scrubbing bubbles, and I'll start assembly. The scrubbing bubbles, I won't video that. You know what it looks like to put stuff in water and wash it. As I build sections, I can video that and show you how that works, how I assemble it and how I paint it. Few questions that I got for you. This is it, brand new. Just come out of the factory and it's out flying. I can paint it that way. It looks all shiny and new. Or I can paint it where it looks like it's been in battle, where it's got smoke and dust on it and maybe some bullet holes. I can make it look like it's really been through the weather a lot. Or I can make it brand new, looking like it's brand new. So you're going to have to tell me that, what you want to do with that. The other thing is, you can assemble these with the landing gear down, which is great when you want to just, display it, just sit it down. Or I can do it with the landing gear up where it looks like it's flying. The problem with that is you can never set it down because once it's glued in place, it doesn't come out again. So if I put the wheels up, you'll never be able to lay it down. You'll have to tie it up to the ceiling or something. Or if I put the wheels down, then you can set it on a shelf or whatever. Or you can do like I do, like you've seen me show you on my bomber, is that it looks like it's landing or it's coming down. And so it's got its landing gear down, so it looks like it's about to land. The other thing is the colors. Do you want it this color? I'd imagine they didn't make that many of them, so there's not a whole lot of different color schemes. So I'm pretty sure this is what we'll go with. And I need to know, how come the top is green and the bottom's blue? And I got to hunt for the right color blue. German blue is different than the other blues, so I got to figure that out. And I got to figure out how to do the camouflaging on it. So there you go, buddy. HE 111 Z1 Zwilling. It's by Rodin. Turn it around. See, is it upside down? Oh, there it goes. Here's the different colors. This is light blue, different colors. Here's the airplane. Bombs are gray. I didn't know that. And there it is, Zwilling special plane. All right, buddy, there it goes. We'll see what this thing looks like when we get done. All right, love ya. See you later.